getting all those internet upgrades?
Yep. On
Well, maybe
rare occasion, I still have to.
maybe I need to take after the lizard and actually stream about it. Wait, oh, I got it. Okay, it's working.
Did you forget to pay your internet bill, Fearless?
What? I thought they took cheddar as a payment. They don't?
I mean, they take cheddar, but not the cheddar.
Oh, that makes sense.
Totally different style and type of cheddar.
Oh,
The type of cheddar you're willing to offer, they don't really want in that regard. They probably got some of that at home. They don't accept that in barter, okay?
Oh, it explains why they keep returning the pound of cheddar I keep sending them every month.
I don't think a pound is even adequate to pay that kind of bill. I'm just
cheese is expensive, okay? It's expensive.
It's not that expensive. Okay. It's not that expensive.
Well, that's what they should have done. They should have negotiated with me, you know? Maybe I could set a couple extra pounds every month, you know?
I don't think that's how it works. Right. Thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with me. I'm going to take y'all over to Fearless now. It's going to continue on the SlackVille stream weekend. So Fearless, I have people. I think some of them are lurking. Yeah, I think some of them are playing. I think a few of them are lurking though. But you know, you might be able to poke at them some. I mean, just tell them about Super Cow. I mean, who wouldn't want to know about that, right?
I'll brush up on my cheese jokes. I'll be like, it's better than ever, you know?
Oh,
and that'll get them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, y'all have fun. Let's catch. Radar's already doing Super Cow jokes. Have fun with that.
Thank you.
He's over there choking on cheese already.
Hello. Thank you for the raid. That's a lot louder than I remember it being. My stream alerts are a lot louder than I remember.
What happens?
Oh, that's so loud. Wait a minute. No, that's so loud. Guys, no, it's not Marvel Rivals. No. We're playing Minecraft. Guys, it's too loud, okay? You can't make noises, okay? Gotta be quiet. How do I fix?
Did you just tell them they can't make noise? Good luck.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's the opposite of not making a noise. Wait, no. That's so loud.
Yeah. Good luck with telling them no on that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's no, guys. No.
Yeah.
It's so loud. Okay. We're playing Minecraft, right? I think.
Wait,
wasn't there a
Minecraft?
I sometimes. You heard none of the noises? So it's double wrong because I'm hearing it double and then your guys are hearing it none. It's like, what's going on? Guys.
Fearless, you broke it.
I broke everything. Okay. How do I fix it?
Mama, look at the time. Have fun.
It should be fixed now. I'm gonna test. If I go why you gotta let me log me in? What? That's weird. I don't want to log you in. How do I test that? You have to have heard that, okay? There's no way you didn't hear that. There's no way you did not hear that, okay? What's the difference between orange and white cheddar? You know, it's been a while, guys. So we can go somewhere. and we could find out the secrets here. If I what button was it again? That one? Yeah, that one. That button? Guys. Okay. Guys. Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero played Sub-Zero. That makes sense. That makes sense to me, honestly. If anything were to make sense, that would. Cheese cat! No, that's no. What? No. That's not. There we go. That's the cheese cam. There we go. It worked. Sort of. Okay, guys, look. We can search for any cheese we want. Cheese.com. It's the cheese cam. You see it blinking right there? We're live in Cheesetown. You can go. Cheddar. I have a terribly sore throat, guys. I've been sick. So I'm going to be munching on some cheese-flavored cough drops because everyone knows those are real. How has everyone been doing, by the way? Hope you all have been doing fantastic. What is that? Smoked black pepper, white cheddar. No, my streams are fine. There's no disturbing here, except maybe me eating peas. Look at that. Black pepper, white cheddar. So the real difference between white cheddar and yellow cheddar is that yellow cheddar has a yellow dye in it. Traditionally, it's something called annatto. And white cheddar does not have it in it. That's why most cheeses are yellowish. The ones that are yellow have annatto in them. It's an orange dye, essentially. The traditional orange dye for cheddar. And cheeses that don't have it will be white. Finally getting over the pneumonia. Yeah, I think I might have gotten COVID. I was really sick for like 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. Since the first, you know. New Year's was fine, but then I was sick. Being sick is no fun. But welcome to the Fearless family. Let's see. We had two new people who played lots of noises. I mean, everyone played noises, but we had some new people joining. No, go away. Yeah, Ambitious Star. Welcome to the Fearless family. Welcome. Your noise actually played, I think, when you followed. And Psycho326. Welcome to the Cheese fam. Okay. I mean, Cheese Cam, of course. It says right out there. So Cheese Cam. Let's see. What else did I miss? Gary for 25 months with all the little celebrations that involves. Jade is new here. Jade, you're not new here. You're lying to me. And we get the cheese of the day. Let's actually go to cheese of the day. That's what we win here. So today's cheese of the day, and we are like again, we're on Cheese Camp, so we're seeing cheese at 4K Ultra HD here. We got truffle Gouda. It's from the Netherlands. Gouda is from the Netherlands. All Goudas are. Gouda is like a really nice fancy cheese. Like if you think of a fancy cheese that isn't Swiss, you probably think it's something like Gouda. It's a nice hard cheese. Look at that. Semi soft cream, a natural rind. It is vegetarian. Truffle Gouda is a semi-mature cheese made from pasteurized goat's milk and infused with chopped black summer truffles. Truffles are really expensive. So this cheese has got to be pretty expensive, honestly. Truffles are our mold that people eat. They usually pair it with pasta and cheese. Known as creamy texture and distinctive flavor, the cheese is aged for 6 weeks to achieve a balanced truffle cheese harmony. Perfect as a snack or can be grated over dishes for added richness. Ads? We're getting ads? It does sound pretty good. Miki, you're definitely not new here. You were here earlier. I mean, not on my stream earlier. I wasn't streaming earlier, but you were on SlackVille earlier. You so you eating these? That's so cute. I love that. That is so cute. That's nice. I love that emoji. There we go. Some truffle Gouda. That's good stuff right there. That is high quality stuff. You know, I got a cheese tray for the new year. You know, I got some Gouda. I got some Swiss. We had some white and yellow cheddar. In the United States, in other places, it's not much the same, but in the United States, we usually eat American cheese, right? That's the basic cheese we eat. Some places might not call it cheese, but it is delicious. And that comes from cheddar. And that comes from specifically like mild types of cheddar. So whenever you buy cheddar at the store, it's usually mild cheddar. If you want the really well-aged cheddar, sometimes you got to ask for sharp cheddar. That's the stuff that has a really nice crumbly texture, the really strong flavor. And I had both mild and sharp cheddar on the cheese platter. It was great with crackers. We got some fancy crackers, right? We had some of those fancy butter crackers. I think they're called Ritz's. And then we had some other like local name brand cracker. It wasn't that good, but the cheese was fantastic, guys. That's the way to celebrate the new year, with fancy cheeses. So you can live fancy, you know? Sorry for the voice crack. Like I said, I had a really sore throat. I couldn't stream for the longest time. But here we go, cheese of the day. And, you know, we're here. So we might as well look up a cheese joke, shall we not? Now, cheese jokes are pretty deadly, you know? Everyone knows cheese is the funniest form of comedy in the world. It's been banned in 193 nations across the world just because of how dangerous these jokes can become, you know? People laugh and laugh and laugh, and then that's it. It's all over. So, if we have any hope of surviving, we need to embrace our cheesiness and get ready for the cheese jokes. I need to go here. Actually, I have a document for cheese jokes. So people actually used to DM me cheese jokes. If you have a good cheese joke, send it to me and I will say it on stream, okay? But people used to DM me cheese jokes, so I saved a bunch. Let's see. What's Hannibal's favorite cheese? It's Limburger, guys. Limburger. 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 A Hannibal's favorite cheese. That should be the, you know, honestly, that should be one of the facts down here. I should say, what is a Hannibal's favorite cheese? Everyone knows that cannibals love Limburger. You know, it says it right there. Right there. Oh, we got another one. You want another joke? Okay, that's I can't keep track. So we did one for Mike the Maniac earlier, right? Then another one for Lady. Okay. We gotta find an even better one. What's an even better cheese joke? Why should you always bring a bag of tortilla chips to a party? In queso emergency. In queso emergency, guys. Where is it? So queso is Spanish for cheese, essentially. It just means cheese. You'll find that a lot of places, just if you translate back to the original language, it just means cheese. Because, you know, in their local place, they just called it cheese. And then other people came in and they're like, what do you call this? And then they say the word in their native language and they're like, oh, it must be some fancy indigenous cheese. But it's just a word for cheese. So there you go. Queso. Right there. So. Queso! See, being on cheese.com means that in order to explain the jokes, because everyone knows you make jokes infinitely funnier by explaining them and tearing them apart. So we can actually search our cheese jokes here at cheese.com. You know, I need to reach out to these guys to get a sponsorship, I think. I need a cheese sponsorship. I mean, look at that. I want a vegan cheese gift box. I want a charcuterie board. You know, it's fancy because it's a big word. Look at that, charcuterie. You don't get a bigger word than that. An English sparkling wine. Gift cheese box. I want a gift cheese box. Monthly cheese box. Yes! Monthly cheese box. I mean, I want a monthly cheese box. It's like the desert. Yes. Think about all the possibilities, guys. Think about a cheese tasting stream. Honestly, I think it's the future. Jen did one. I don't know if Jen's still here, but Jen did a cheese tasting stream once. Okay. Oh, my screen's black. That's because I closed the game. The game got mad at me. Minecraft and cheese.com, they're sort of in a battle right now, guys. I don't know if you know the lore, but Minecraft is an enemy of the cheese. If you search through all the blocks in the game, all of them, and I do mean all of them, You will not find a single one named cheese. That's because there's a secret conspiracy against the cheese in Minecraft. Minecraft are full of cheese haters. It's true. It's true. And that's why we need to unify to become the cheese defenders. The heroes of the cheese. The SlackVille Cheese Society. I think we need to form a new group. The Cheese Society. But don't worry. I have my texture pack, you know, and it unlocks the secrets of the cheese. It lets us see them where otherwise we would never know they were there to begin with. For example, cheesy carrots. You thought they were golden carrots. But think about it. Gold is inedible. You don't eat gold. If you eat too much gold, it makes you sick. You get poisoning. Gold's no good. But then why is golden carrot so good? It's one of the best foods in the game. Villagers sell it. It must be great, right? It's because they've been lying to us. It's not butter. I know what you're saying. Cheese is butter. I mean, gold is butter in game. That's another lie. A lie to hide the truth. A lie to hide the truth. Everyone knows vegetables are better with cheese. That's just the rules. It was cheese the whole time. Cheese was there under our noses, but they've been keeping it a secret from us. Think about it. The end stone, the end. It's like the moon, right? No, it's cheese stone. The end is made of cheese. It all makes sense, guys. Trust me. I'm a professional. You see that face? That's the face. That's the face of a professional. Professional. Yep. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I don't change my skin again. It's like this, right? Like this. Like this. And then we could go. Can we go cheese fancy? You know, maybe we're fancy today. You know, it is the first stream of the new year, the first SlackVille stream weekend of the new year of 2025. A big monumental occasion. You know, maybe we pull out the fancy cheese tuxedo. Don't tell me you guys don't have a cheese tuxedo in your closet. Any aspiring cheese aficionado has one of these puppies ready to go whenever the need arises. Because, you know, the need for cheese is always, you know. There's an old law in my state where you have to serve cheddar cheese with an apple pie. I like that law. That's the kind of a law that I need to adopt. Sahara means desert. Yeah, there we go. Or like, there's this hill in England, or the UK, I should say, specifically, because I don't know if it's in England or Scotland or Wales. But somewhere on the island of Great Britain, there's a hill. It's like hill 4 times in a row because, you know, many cultures have inhabited the UK, what is today the UK, and the island of Great Britain for thousands of years. So every time some people came over, they're like, hey, what's that hill called? They're like, it's called Hill, obviously. But they said that in their native language. So they're like, oh, it must be the exquisite name of this hill. Not knowing that it's just their word for hill. Because it's a local town and they have one hill. So they called it the hill, right? You ever live in a small town and you like got a little hill over there and you're like, oh, that's the hill? Well, imagine someone that came over and spoke a different language is like, oh, that must be their fancy name for it. Well, fancy like, you know? And it just happened 4 times. So you got like hill. The hill. You know, but of course, in all the native languages. Yeah, cheesy apples, exactly. Notch apples, right? Cheesy apples are the best food in the game, right? They give you ultimate power just through the power of cheese. I'm telling you, once you unlock the secrets of the cheese, you never go back. You never go back. It's not worth it, right, Tomato? Tomato's my companion on this cheesy journey, you know? He's a cheese aficionado like I am. His whole family were crushed to death turning to ketchup, so he's an eternal scream. But we make it up to him by feeding him carrots every once in a while. He thirsts for the vengeance of his fallen family. You know, he's like the Punisher, but if Punisher was a red dye and stuck in MrFearless's inventory for all eternity. No, pretty much the same thing, if you think about that. He's pretty much a Marvel superhero. Excuse me. I'm talking so much and I'm going through my cough drops. I got to be careful. If I eat too many, it's just going to make me sick. Yes, what are we doing today? A very good question. Today we're going to be digging. So, this is hygiene and eye space. Mostly hygiene space because he's done a lot of the work around here. And I need a little bit of blackstone for my big project. So I logged on here earlier and hygiene hooked me up with a bunch of good stuff. I had stuff in my inventory, but I just need to repair my tools and get a few more books out of my stuff. Thankfully, I was able to do that with the materials he has in this wonderful little iron farm here. We're going to slap these guys back in here because we don't need them right now. I don't want to take them with me. Look at that. Look at that spotless inventory. You know, just a few totems because you never know what's going to go wrong. A shulker box because you're never going to know what's going to go wrong. A sword just to stab things, you know, because you never know what's going to go wrong. And of course, copious amount of cheese. Cheese solves all problems. Mostly world hunger, though. So we go into this portal. I'm going to get lost a couple times. Eventually, we will find the bash chip. Excuse me. I hope my nasaliness is not coming through to stream. Okay. Well, we'll get our own inventory pets. I forgot about the inventory pets, guys. Right. Tomato, his brothers and sisters in arms are living out there in the cold. You're right. Let's save the inventory pets for tomorrow, because I will be live tomorrow at the same time as today, and later today, if we got some time. We'll bring them back. That'll be the plan. Tomato, you're supposed to remind me, okay? Tomato, you're supposed to keep me in line here. Tomato's just as forgetful as I am. But I need to go this way, I think. Right. Yeah, this way. My pockets are sad with no pet in it? I know. Everyone needs a pocket pet. A hero of the ages. A hero of their own, you know? I'm staying on target. Or at least I'm trying. We need to go over here. I think this way? Can I get a pocket cheese? I don't know if anyone has a pocket cheese. Maybe. Maybe. What would you name your pocket cheese? If you had a pocket cheese, what would its name be? I need to open up my name list. It'll open. There we go. Bacon. I don't think I've given you a pet before. Let me see if you are in the list. Nope. Okay. Let's go. Bacon. The cheese! Cheese wrap bacon does sound pretty good. But what if instead you wrapped a whole block of cheese in bacon? And food for thought. Why does the cheese be a complimentary part of the dish? Why isn't the cheese the main dish? I think we need more of that in our lives. Mob Slayer! Hey, how's it going? Let's go back and full screen. My full screen button is... Oh, there we go. I think I bound my full screen button to something else by accident somehow. So it's not the right button. But anyway, we're going to go over here. We're going to wander on over here in the S tunnel. Because at the back of the S tunnel... I don't think it's this portal. This portal is Slack something. Is Outpost maybe? No, it's past this one. It's over here. bacon wrapped cheese. Oh, gee, imagine the cheese pull. It would be like a cheese stick. Yes. Imagine a mozzarella stick, but it's bacon on the outside. I'm just saying. Okay. Imagine the possibilities, right? And what if the cheese on the inside was smoked, right? We were talking about smoked cheese at the tail end of SlackStream. Imagine smoked cheese wrapped in bacon. Oh, I'm not getting any messages. Discord, no. I'm always getting so many pings on Discord all the time. I gotta make sure nothing's important. You know, I don't want someone to say, oh, Fearless, your stream's on fire. Not that it would be, you know. My streams are perfect in every way. Nothing ever goes wrong. But if they did go wrong, if something did go wrong, it'd be nice to know. In fact, we gotta, let's check. Let's check the bit rate. We've not lost any to network lag. That's good news. Homer Simpson's noises. I think that's appropriate. Yeah, this is where we want to go. Is it? No. That's the Reed farm. No. We're looking for the Bastion. Which I guess wouldn't be a portal because the Bastion's in the nether. Maybe I should become a 5-star chef that specializes in cheese, you know? Grilled cheese, smoked cheese, cheese pulls, cheese pizza, French onion soup, which had cheese on top. When I was little, I did not like French onion soup. I'm not a big fan of onions in general. But, you know, once I realized there's cheese on top, I started warming up to the idea. Yeah, here we go. So this is where we're going to be mining. This is Hygine's Froglight farm, I think, downstairs. It's a really cool farm. I want to get down there so I know how to get back up again. I don't remember the last time I was at the bottom. Because otherwise, I'll have the rocket shoot up. And I'm just going to go splat right there on the ceiling. But I do have a totem. Yeah, it's not that bad, right? What's the worst that can happen? That's what I tell myself perpetually. What's the worst that can happen? But this was one of those bastions that had a bunch of lava down here. You know, a bunch of little spikes. And a spawner right here. It's a very special spawner. Very special. It's one of the only spawners in the game that spawns magma slimes, you know? Just saw this cute little hat down there. And that makes it the perfect place to farm all sorts of good stuff. From magma to lights, I think. Something like that. I'm sure Hygiene will correct me if I got it wrong. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, there they are. See? Got the little frogs. They eat the magma. And then they spit out a frog light. Which I think are the prettiest lights in the game. Right? Hey, Chase, hello, Shad. Cheese gods have blessed us. Hydrate from Iron Knight. Thank you. That's good idea. I need to make my chat window bigger. Yeah. I mean, this has got to be cheese too. I mean, look at that. We got spicy cream cheese. I forgot that it was called that. You know, just a little cream cheese with a bit of kick in it, you know? A little bit of kick in it. Yeah. So if you ever want to automate frog light production, this is the easiest place to do it, in the nether at least. Really, I want to say it's probably the easiest period. If you want to farm this otherwise, you got to set up a farm, I think in the overworld, like a swamp or in a slime chunk. And although, you know, the overworld is less dangerous typically than the nether, this is just one spawner, right? It's a spawner farm. I think spawner farms are some of the easiest farms in the game to do. So maybe it's a bit of a trade-off there, but this is a lovely, lovely little farm. And if we go upstairs... Oh, I wanted to say he spawn-proofed the whole space here. So that's why it's looking a little bit nicer than it normally does when you encounter one in the wild. He sort of renovated the whole place. So I'm not gonna destroy the renovation. I want to go in the back and grab a little bit of blackstone, because back here is the rest of the bastion, right? This is a bit of a two-parter bastion. There's that center chamber we were just in, and it's separated by these lava pools here on either side. Then there's this back area here, which is sort of entombed here in the netherrack. And he didn't really do much of anything to this space. There will be things that spawning in here trying to kill me. But we could deal with that. I got a sharpness 5 sword, you know? We're fancy, you know? I got my cheese. I'll throw cheese at them to distract them. It's the one thing that the piggies and I sort of agree on, is cheese is king, you know? They're big fans of the cheese. So maybe we are kindred spirits after all. Well, let's not talk about the cheese wrap bacon around these guys. They might not appreciate that one. But otherwise, I think we should be able to just tear this bit by bit. So I need a lot of blackstone. I love blackstone. It's one of my favorite blocks. Have you guys seen the new pale wood? Speaking of new blocks, because this block isn't new, but the pale wood is really new. You know, you get all that white wood in one dangerous biome. I actually went exploring it on my my CourageCraft server with, I think, LIVESTREAM, actually. No, it was Sköll. It wasn't Hygiene. I apologize. I forgot. Sorry, I got a text and I had to back up there. I forget when I move away from my mic and my mic doesn't follow me, so I get quiet. But anyway, the new pale wood looks beautiful. It's a dangerous biome, that's for sure. But I think the wood's worth it, you know? I don't have any on here, but maybe one of these days we'll go on an adventure and go grab some. Or maybe, I'm sure there's a shop or someone that's selling it on the server. We could go buy some. But what's the fun in that, you know? I want to go stab some evil trees. Just, you know, well, I guess you can't stab the mob. They're sort of immune to damage. You gotta, you know, you actually got to stab their heart, you know? It's a little mean when you think about it. You just come into their biome. They're coming to defend themselves. They're a little shy, so they don't like to move when you're looking at them. And then you eat their heart, you know? That's some Indiana Jones stuff right there. I was out in the biome as soon as SV was updated, getting stuff for resin farm. Oh, yeah. I actually have not played with the resin yet. I've not played the resin yet. The bean block has been reborn, you know? People used to joke about the raw ore blocks, like especially the iron one. It looks sort of like beans when it's piled up. It's like little round pebbles, right? The resin looks like beans, like straight out of a can beans, the red beans. So I think, let's go up to the top here. I think we're going to start at the top of this guy and just feel our way down a little bit, you know? Get a good look at the nether around me. We'll get some zombie piggies down there. Oh, I see hygiene. We got some more zombie piggies over in the corner. This is way more open than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd sort of be entombed into the rock. That's usually how I find these, is that they're like half entombed in a bunch of the rock. That must be the tunnel right there. Oh, wow. This is how can you imagine that this is how the nether looked like for 10 years of Minecraft? 10 years. And the entire nether was this color. This color, this shade of red, just this. Right? And now we got all these new biomes. We got this bastion, right? Again, new is a relative term for someone like me who's played the game for such a long time. But, you know, I gotta live in the new and now, right? Go play with that new pale wood. And now we're waiting for the next update, I suppose. Have they announced what they're going to add to the game next? Right, we've transitioned to, or well, I should say, we've transitioned from big updates, like this nether update was a huge update, a massive update. We switched from that regular cadence of one big update every year to a bunch of little itty bitty updates going forward. That's new. Right? For years and years, probably Minecraft's whole history, there was always that one big update right around the corner. They would announce in October during the Minecon, or on my birthday, actually. Now, what'd they say? 3 or 4 small updates, or 1 or 2 small updates a year? I'm sort of curious what they've got in store next. I saw they were adding some modding tools to Java, but I don't think that really matters for us all that much. Pig variants. Oh, yeah. The Piggly Wigglies. We got wool pigs now. That was it. Yeah. The pigs are getting a sort of a glow up now. Can we shave the pigs? If we get a bunch of shears and poke our pigs, do we get pig wool? Can we dye our pigs? Imagine that. Dyeable pigs. It sounds something straight out of a mod. Or one of those add-ons in the marketplace. Leaf cutter. New period variants. New flower cover. Yeah, there were... What was it? Leaves falling from branches from regular leaf blocks now? Or something like that, right? So you could get, like in a dark oak biome, leaves falling on your head. Or maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. My regular sources for Minecraft news are from back when I used to not... Yeah, is that important? Back from when I used to not consume regular... What? How should I say this? It was back when I was really little, right? So all the people that I used to watch Minecraft content are all about the Java sort of thing. So I'm not always clued in on Bedrock sort of stuff, unless I go look at the changelogs and I talk to real people. So I'm not always sure what we're actually going to get on the Bedrock side of things. I've always been hesitant to get excited when I see something on Java because, welcome. You never know if we're actually going to get it here on Bedrock. It is not. I'm not sure what we're nodding about, but yes. Welcome to the Fearless family. Let me see. What's your name? Cassie? Welcome in. How are you doing today, Cassie? Hope you're having a cheese-tacular day today. Speaking of cheese, we're going to make sure no Piggly Wigglies around here to say this, but we did find a whole cheese block. I mean, look at this. That's some good stuff right there. Did I lose my hat? Am I having an ad right now? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to consuming online content, some content creators sort of confuse me about what they're actually trying to say. I speak fast myself, so sometimes I understand that getting information across isn't easy. But then again, it feels like some content creators, I don't know, they make stuff up. I have some words for what that is. There's a very infamous internet term for making stuff up on the internet just for the fun of it. But that makes it really hard to tell what is actually true and what's not. And I agree wholeheartedly that sometimes with some content creators, or even a majority of content creators, you get lots of clickbaity nonsense. You really don't know what's actually true or false. And when it comes to these older content creators, they're not usually like that. But with the newer ones, like you'll try to find people who are doing update videos on a regular cadence, and they just make stuff up. Or they get fixated on something that's totally meaningless. I feel like that a lot of times with the internet is that the internet is a place of fixations, and it's very easy to get utterly fixated about one small thing that does not really matter in the grand scope of things. And that happens all the time with Minecraft. You'll see Minecraft content creators freak out about something that's quite honestly totally meaningless. Like on Java, I see people are freaking out about what the snake speed was changed by, like... Okay, I know I stole some cheese, but finders keepers, losers weepers, bud. Minecraft speed is not that important when you're changing something that's like can be expressed in like tenths of a percent, right? Maybe I'm mischaracterizing the nature of the change, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it matters all that much to me. For more important things, probably to get worked up about. And then, you know, I'll be watching a Minecraft news thing, and they'll be talking about that instead of you know, what's actually being in the update. And it's maybe also because Minecraft updates are often small in scope, especially now. So you can explain it in just a few words and looking at a few blocks. It doesn't take forever. So to pad for time or otherwise get distracted is sort of easy when there's not a lot going on. So it makes it impossible to actually know what's happening, you know? It doesn't help that the Minecraft change logs can sometimes be vague themselves. You know? And especially when it comes to content that isn't out yet, it's, you know, there may not be change logs at all. Sometimes. Maybe often. Like I said, the internet is a place of fixations. It's easy to get utterly worked up about one itty-bitty little thing that doesn't really matter in the grand scope of things. Especially when it comes to video games, you know? People get fixated on this one little aspect of their favorite game. If it doesn't play exactly as they expect that it has, and it should, then it's time to get worked up about it, I guess. And it's not to say it's not... That's not to say that you shouldn't get upset when things happen. You know, feelings are sort of a natural part of being human. They're inevitable. There's no right or wrong way to express them. But when I'm looking for Minecraft news, I'm looking for Minecraft news. I just want to know what's happening, you know? And that's really the two avenues of Minecraft news that are easily accessible, I think, is the clickbaity stuff, or it's a bunch of nonsense, or strictly Java, right? And then I miss out on all the things that are actually happening on the version of the game I like to play with all my friends, all these wonderful people like you. So I usually just rely on people I actually know in the community to tell me stuff, like Hygiene, you know? He's in my community and the Slack community, and he doesn't know what's up. Change logs is probably 20% complete. I pulled that number out of thin air. Jeez! Does the cheese command still work? It should. I wonder if the bot went offline. Let's see. I didn't enable him yesterday, but sometimes he likes to turn off. He's rude like that, you know? Yeah, he's off. I do. He's just taking a nap, okay? He's in a tease coma. Campus is the best of us. There we go. He woke up. It's that New Year's cheese coma, you know? He saw my big cheese plate, took a little bite, and that was it. He's out. I probably should have brought some extra shulker boxes for this. But it's okay. This is literally a hop, skip, and a dump away from home. We could go get some more boxes or just drop off materials and come back for a second trip. There we go. Motown, you have, or sorry, Mickey, you have 50,000. Oh, I almost fell to the fiery dips below. I need to be careful about my hat too. One bug that I'm not happy is still in the game is when you hit E to open your inventory, you may notice that my highlight box is on my head. I think it's because console players, when they open their inventory, they have a cursor that snaps to blocks, or I should say snaps to the inventory slots. And so immediately, as soon as I open my inventory, it's snapping to the topmost inventory slot because that's where my mouse is. Because my mouse right now is hovering over the X button. But it means that if I hit anything again, like my mouse button, I'm now clicking on my hat. And now my hat is in my inventory. So when I open my inventory, I got to wiggle my mouse and then exit, which is very annoying. I know, it happens to me all the time. I know I have a beautiful little mug that I want to show to all you fine folks out there. But, you know, gotta keep that mug safe, too. I mean, there could be some rogue flying cats over here that are gonna blast me. You never know. It's the Nether. We might get an air raid over here. And I need to protect my little nugget, my precious little brains. Or some zombies right out from the Nether wastes and want to take a bite of my noodle. I'd like to keep my hat on, thank you. Like this guy. Ow, he really hurts. Ouchies. He must have had an enchanted gold sword, which is a little rude if you're asking me. You prefer not to get clocked? I know, right? I'm gonna sit down here for a moment. I even enchanted it with protection and stuff, right? Ow. Is there some anti-cheese armor that I could be wearing here? The cheese swords don't do so much damage? I just blast them with the bow. I'm always being noble here, wanting to stab them. But, you know, all's fair in cheese and war, so just use my bow when I get the chance. My inventory's full now, so let's plop my box down. I don't want to lose this box because it does have a beacon in it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We have a beacon farm, but I feel very bad if my beacon blew up. Thought of the century. I would be sad if my expensive block blew up. Really, I am making revelations here that you wouldn't believe. I have lost so many elements to lava. I know. I think you gotta rob the netherrack hat, right? Or the cheeserite hat. If you don't want it to burn now. I wonder if I hit E and then I hit escape. I think escape might work as well. So E, then escape. On Java, there's not as many ways to exit the inventory, I noticed, when I've played it before. Particularly at Bedrock, you can either hit the little X up here, you can hit E again, or you can hit escape. As long as you're on computer, of course. I never played on console, except one time my brother showed me. He plays on console, and I remote played into his PS5 and walked around a little bit. You know, it's not as unintuitive as I thought. I did used to be a console gamer for years, so I'm pretty used to a remote controller. But then again, I really haven't gamed on a controller since before high school, probably, in any serious manner. I wouldn't say before high school, maybe high school is my earliest. And I'm starting to become a well-matured geese now, so it's getting further and further away. One thing I love about that new pale wood, and if we get some, I'll show you, is that you can now do white picket fences, you know? That the overly traditional Americana vision of the suburbs, where you have the cute little house, a driveway, a garage, a car, and nobody can forget the white picket fence. And now you can actually make the white picket fence. With the pale wood, you can actually have a white fence, a real one. Not the cream that you usually get with birch wood. I think usually I call birch wood white chocolate, but I think we got a new white chocolate town, right? The pale wood might usurp the birch. Ironically, I think... Oh, shit, I forgot about that. We're going to have to go back. Okay, guys. Time to run away. So, I did forget that we were going to have the reset. No. I told you, this is why I need the noggin protection. We need some anti-aircraft guns over here. Where's the flat cannons, guys? Where's the anti-aircraft missiles? Play the counter jets. All right, so okay, we got to move here. Restart, yeah. I was gonna say that the restart is halfway through my stream time today and tomorrow, so I got to keep that in mind beforehand so it doesn't catch me by surprise next time. No, I think the port wasn't the portal up here. I don't like logging off in the Nether. I'm not a big fan of the Nether. I have not lost my hat. I did lose my hat there, though. What is that? Why is my computer beeping? No beeping. Beeping is forbidden. No Windows alert noise. Hopefully you didn't hear the beep noise. But my computer's complaining about something. I should be safe here, but I also forgot where the portal is. Oh, it's down there. I don't want to take the portal. I want to go back to the Nether tunnel. No, that's not it. Just forever lost. It's the Fearless experience with a trademark in the end. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's, by the way. I spent some time with family. I took a great vacation from work. This was my first vacation ever, really. Took days off, but I never really took like a lot of time off. And I had a lot saved up, so I didn't really do too much with my time, except well, I say that, but I was really busy. I spent all the time renovating my room, fixing my internet. My internet was broken. My hands were broken for a while. Spent a lot of time with family, so I actually wasn't like sitting, doing nothing at all for a while now. And then I got sick. Got a chest cold. I think my father had COVID, so I was sort of worried that's what I ended up catching, but I'm feeling better, so who knows? Y equals 50. Oh, is that the height of the... That's a smart one. Look at that, Mickey. You're showing off the big brain here. Look for the Y level of the tunnel. I guess it makes sense that it would be the blocks of basalt. Nope, I guess not. It's a good guess, but definitely is up ahead. So let's go up higher then. This is roughly the hub height here. I think I'm gonna have to live here, guys. Trapped here forever. No escape. Well, in about a couple seconds, I don't know, 60 seconds or less, we're gonna get kicked off anyway. I'm not going to get kicked off. I'm going to voluntarily log out. I'm a big boy. I can log out when I want. Yeah. Because I want to go here, actually. This is... I hope it's still up. It's better be up right now. That server better behave. I pay for this server. It should behave. Yes. Trapped forever! Yep. It's like a haunted house. This is CourageCraft. It's my patron server. And here we should have some pale wood to play with, actually, in survival. I was thinking I could show it off in creative, but what's the fun of that? Let's play an actual survival world and show off some pale wood. Sköll and Sköll is like I guess my equivalent of the T-Man. Went and grabbed a bunch of this stuff when we updated the server. It was Sköll, right? I think so. Let's go over here. ToshiBeanie, yeah, I guess so. This is my tower. This is my sort of my base here on CourageCraft. I built this a long, long time ago. It's a beautiful, beautiful skyscraper here in Lionheart City. I mean, it is CourageCraft, so of course we have Lionheart City. Look at that, gorgeous. So let's stand here in front of it. Actually, use a little bit of this wood. So these are some of the new blocks that came with it. Here's a little bit of resin. I didn't get enough resin to form a block, I think. Sköll was telling me there's a way to get more resin from them. So I didn't get enough resin to make a block. But I did grab some pale moss. Pale moss is pretty much the same as regular moss, except it's pale. And if we could do something, let's see. Like that, or no, it's the carpet, isn't it? Yeah, let's use the carpet. If we place the carpet on the side of a block, yeah, it grows on the side of the block like that. Isn't that cool? You have this cool gray gracious stuff growing on the side of a block. So you can actually make things look overgrown now. So if you have a build that wants to look all scraggly and abandoned, this is the block to use. Just slap some of the carpet around the base of it, and it spreads on the walls. Like that. That's a cool block. I don't know if regular moss does that now, too. I think it's just the pale moss. Then we have the star of the show, the pale oak itself. So it works just like a dark oak tree, where you plant the 4 saplings on the ground. You don't get more hearts by growing them this way, right? I'm not going to make a trap over here, right? But if we place 4 of these like a dark oak, and then we bone meal it. Come on, I want bone meal. Give me bone meal. Don't lag. It's Minecraft. It can't be that laggy. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as a dark oak tree, which you can see some over there. That's a natural dark oak biome. Pretty much exactly the same, except, you know, pale. We also get the nice little particle effects from the leaves. But the wood itself, though, is white. It's not quite as white as this, which is right here. This is white concrete. This is the whitest block in the game. So it's not quite as white. This is more like a pink. Maybe somewhere between cherry and this. Like if cherry and white concrete had a baby, it would probably be this color, right? But it also comes with all these other variants for doors and other stuff. I don't know if I want to make. I'm tempted to make a crafting bench out of it, but I feel like that'd be wasteful. So let's grab my crafting bench inside my cute little house, my skyscraper home. Chewy, hey, open. Hope you had a wonderful New Year's. Like I said, I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's and spent it with family, or at least spent it doing something fun. And didn't get into too much trouble. Statistically, New Year's is the time when most people get in the most trouble. An unfun fact of the day, New Year's is when, the time between New Year's and Christmas is when most people die, and at least in the United States, due to a car accidents and heart attacks and stuff. All causes of death increase. It also happens right after Thanksgiving for Black Friday and the weekend after, and the weekend after New Year's. And, fun fact, that also increases the day after your birthday. People tend to get a lot of shenanigans, I guess, on their birthday, huh? I thought I had a crafting bench down here. I had like a whole layer or something. There we go. Here we go. My secret layer. You won't tell anyone, right? You're not going to tell anyone that I have a secret layer in the bottom of my tower? We're down here in the secret layer. We can actually play with stuff like the boat. Okay. It should be the same as every other boat, but whiter. If you're going to build like a, I don't know, like a River Styx build or something like that, a nice pale boat might look cool. It's much whiter, of course, than any other boats in the game. Let's see. I want to get out. There we go. Space. I've always got an underground layer. Of course I do. I wouldn't be fearless if I didn't have a secret underground layer. Let's make some more. We got the signs. Actually, I like the hanging signs for this block. Because they're white, they sort of blend in nicely with the facades of like concrete buildings. I actually like this one. If we would go outside and place the sign, it works really well. Let's just place it here. Why not, right? Sorry. See, it looks really nice against the white concrete. Let's make some stairs. That's not how you make stairs. I'm getting lag, actually, when I'm in the crafting menu. Is that new? I've got a pretty good computer, and I just fixed a bunch of issues. My graphics card was giving up on me for a little bit there, and I was able to salvage it and fix it. So I'm getting much better performance. I have a 3070, I think. So it should last a little bit longer. But now we have white stairs, which is a big deal, right? Because before, if you wanted to play with white carpet or other blocks like that, there was no equivalent. So now we actually have like a white carpet-ish block. Blends really well with white carpet. I don't have white carpet here, but it will blend with it really nicely. The next thing we have, let's play the door, right? I've actually not seen the door yet myself. And let's make the trapdoors. Farm pick. Oh, I like that. That's super cute. That's almost, that reminds me of the spruce door, but better. Do I have any spruce wood in my secret underground lair? I don't know if I have any. A dark oak. I know I have a lot of dark oak. I have that everywhere. Spruce signs. Those are the hanging signs. Or dark oak. Dirt. Netherrack. Oh, there we go. I'm getting significant inventory lag. What is up with that? Every time I click on my inventory, my whole game sort of stops and starts. It's super weird. I've never gotten that ever. The entire time I played the game. If we place another door here, you can sort of see, wow, those are very similar, right? You got the circular door thing. You have the hinge bits at the bottom. But I think this is a much better door, right? This texture is showing its age, right? The texture is about as old as the game is. So it's not quite as nice as this one. But I love the massive hinges on the top and bottom. Sort of like Hygiene said, very farm-esque, farm core, or whatever you want to call it. If you're building a farmstead, I think these would be great. And these would be great for shutters as well. Those sort of remind me of what? The acacia trapdoors? Acacia trapdoors are pretty much the same, but they have a hole. They're see-through. They have holes in between the lines. Let me just drop off some of this spruce here. I don't know if I have any cha-cha. Good old cha-cha wood. It's probably somewhere on the server. We are on target. What is the server's probably restarted by now, huh? We can jump on SlackVille here in a second. I want to see some cha-cha. Hope all is well, Fearless. Thank you, Mo. Hope you're doing okay. We should have some cha-cha here. We have a wood farm. Here. There's some of that fairy wood right there. I don't know if we have any... I don't think we have any acacia trees here. But maybe some saplings or wood? I suppose not. But anyway, oh, there we go. Those aren't... That's not acacia, but that's jungle. But that looks pretty much... It looks similar enough, right? So That's acacia right there. But I don't know if I want to destroy our great pumpkin. We've got our, you know, Charlie Brown-esque great pumpkin here. That's a chop right there. You can sort of see the resemblance with the door. Oh, I had some right here. The acacia door and the trap door are pretty much the same, but you could see that you have the bars, right? And then the acacia also had the cute little trapdoor hat handle. So it's basically acacia, but it's not see-through, which is really nice. Like I said, that'd be great for a shutter over window. We go over here. This window here, this house here has windows on it, right? If we did something like that, we could have them next to the window for shutters. About 6 minutes ago, is that when the server came up? Well, I get distracted easily. That's why hygienists keep reminding me to stay on target. Yeah, I'm a big builder when it comes to using blocks, so I'm pretty familiar with almost all the blocks in the game. I think this is an excellent addition to the wood types. I've always said that... what is that? This tree. I've always said this tree should have its own wood, right? What is this tree called again? Azalea. I've always said azalea should have its own wood type. Whenever you go azalea trees, and this is a naturally grown one right here, they come with regular oak wood, which I think is a darn shame. That's a custom one I made, I think. But there were organic ones that grew, and then I sculpted them a little bit at the top because I don't always like the top, how the top looks. But when we added this tree, I was always saying that we needed a new wood. So it's nice to finally actually see a new wood in the game after all these years. Something new to look at and play with. Some chickens to see my boat? What are you doing? This is my boat here, okay? Why are there so many of you guys? Where did you come from? Why are there so many chickens in my secret basement, okay? You guys are supposed to know about this. Where are you coming from? Azalea. Yeah, Azalea. Azalea doesn't have its own wood type, which is ridiculous. They should go back retroactively and add a wood type for Azalea. It should not be oak. The reign of oak is over. Let the Azalea age begin, okay? That's what we need to say into motion. But yeah, I would love to play this new wood with my build. My build is going to be very black and white, so I would love to use this. I would say that because it's white, it's a little bit more friendly and more inviting because it's a brighter color than the other darker woods. Like the spruce door especially, there's a very foreboding door just because it's very dark. It's literally dark in texture, right? In color. Super saturated. Where this one is, you know, very white and bubbly. It's more inviting than a darker door. So for an evil build like the one I'm working on, it's not expressly perfect, but you just can't. I just can't get over the texture, right? These beautiful little bars on the top and bottom. Even the hinge in the middle looks really good. The handle is amazing. I think that'd be great for a barn door as well. In real life, that would be like a chain handle. Most modern doors are obviously a doorknob of some kind. Either the ones with the big lever or the doorknob where you turn it. Okay, we'll look on the side, Phil. Or the doorknob where you turn it. You know, it's a round circle, essentially. Those are older style doors where it was just essentially rope in the door hinge, and you pull on the rope to open the door. And the rope is like in a loop shape. Some doors, there'll be a chain, which I think that's what that's trying to emulate. That's why it's gray. But it gives that very outdoorsy, non-modern feel that some of the other doors in the game don't have. That's why I usually use the spruce door, because it does have that hoop door on it. Just adds a lot. Fearless fact. Oh, what's a good fearless fact? You caught me there. You've caught me unguarded. A good one. I got a good one for you. The Vatican is one of the world's smallest countries. It's not the smallest by square area, but as of now, it is the only country on Earth where all people who are citizens of the country are men. 100% of all citizens in the Vatican are men. And it's because in the Catholic Church, the clergy are men. They can be a nun, but they're not usually citizens of the Vatican. And of course, they have the Swiss Guard. Some of them do have their citizenship in the Vatican. They're all men too. So 100% dudes. Only country on Earth with that skewed ratio. However, there may be a new country, and this is where the fun fact comes along and evolves into an even funner fact. There may be a new country, much like the Vatican, that's created around a religious order, I think in Turkey, which will have similar demographics. It'll be essentially a building filled with a bunch of men that are all religious people. I'm trying to leave. I kind of got lost. I'm trapped here forever. I think, guys, it's time to admit the truth. My plan all along was to base inside of a bastion and never leave again because I can't get out. I mean, not because I can't get out, but just because I chose to, you know? Bastions are just so fun and exciting. All the black and dreariness, you know, it really, really adds a lot to the character of the build. So I think we're just going to have to decide to live here for eternity. Just because of how, you know, beautiful it is, and not because I can't find my way out. Not because I'm trapped here forever. It's for the aesthetics, guys. But actually, this block would go great, I think, with the white pale wood. Black and white tend to go very, very well together. And this is one of the blackest blocks in the game. And of course, the pale wood is one of the whitest blocks in the game. So. But keep going up. And I'm using a lot of black in my build, so I'm actually pretty happy with the pale wood. I was even thinking of replacing my roof of my build with pale wood. I think Hygiene secretly sealed me in here. He locked me in. Locked me in and threw away the keys. Right now, the build is covered in dark oak on the roof, because dark oak has got that nice foreboding color that I sort of appreciate. In an evil vampire castle. We could definitely go full pale wood over there. But isn't this to the other side? Oh, man. Okay. I didn't realize it was right there. That makes sense. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back and clear out my inventory. Okay, I've decided, not because we've made our way out, but just because the aesthetic wasn't really fitting my build, that we're not going to live in a bastion for all eternity, you know? I think we're going to live in the overworld instead. The overworld fits my speed a little better, you know? We've made it back somehow. I'm going to drop off a bunch of stuff. In my inventory, and we'll grab a little bit more black stone. And, you know, it is the last half of the stream. So maybe instead, no. Wait, no, this is... Instead of going back to Blackstone, because we could do that a little bit later, I think I might go back to the shopping district. I have not been to the shopping district recently. And I want to see a little bit of the shopping district's progress. And maybe we can start thinking about the pet shop. Tomato is a little bit lonesome in my inventory, and he's whispered in my ear all stream that we need to get the shop up and running. So after we clean out my inventory, we can maybe go take a stop over there. Fix my tools. I could do that, yeah. Are you on, Reno? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. What house did I live in? I gotta be careful because I think you booby-trapped my house. MrFearless, a house is a home. That sort of sounds like my house. I was just talking to Hygine about this. I was like, Hygine, you know, nether stars never despawn, so you can just leave them on the ground somewhere, and they would be there forever. And he's like, oh yeah, I did that for Slack. I left it by his bed. He never told me he left one by my bed. If this is a trap, I'm taking the base. That's a beautiful little star. Christmas tree topper. You know, actually, this year I got a new Christmas tree topper for my tree. Our old one broke, so got a new one. But, you know, I'll appreciate this one. I would love the ability, actually, to place this in the world. Not just drop it yet, of course. It never despawns, so there's no worry in losing it. But it would be really nice to be able to place it as an item. Or a block. So you wouldn't have to place it in like an item frame or something like that. I think it would be a great display item. Sort of like, actually, a lot like the end crystal. When you place the end crystal on obsidian, it's like this floating, you know, potentially dangerous and explosive block of glass with essentially what looks like another star in the middle. Just imagine that, except for it's another star, right? Like a display another star that you place on the ground that glows and hums. Looks all cute and cool. I think that would be a neat idea. Anyway, let's clean out my box of all of our delicious, delicious blackstone. I am running out of space in my random chest there, but thankfully I have another one back here. By the way, thank you, Hygine, for the nether star. There we go. No, actually, let's take the box with us. Let's go back to the shopping district. I'm always tempted to call it spawn. In most of the servers I've played on, spawn and shopping are pretty much the same thing. I know they're not the same here. So I gotta remind myself not to call it spawn. But I want to go to the shopping district because I think there was some decorations going on. I can't remember if it was in a valley or stuff like that. But that's also where we're going to be giving away our pets. And I do say giving away because the first pet for everyone is free. Subsequent pets do cost money because we need to support all of our pet friends and make sure they're well fed and stuff like that, you know? You don't want the adoption agency to go under. How do I get out? It's this way, right? Oh yeah, fix my tools. I forgot. Okay, let's go over here and do that. Is it spawn now? I thought that spawn was like in the water somewhere, and shopping was on a mushroom island. 0! That is still super loud. 64 months. 64 months? 64 months. Months? How many years is that? 24, 48. That's wow. Thank you. Spawn is pretty much the shopping island, which is not at 0, 0. Why does Minecraft gotta be so complicated? Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you, Guardians, for your service. You gotta think of, you know, after you stab a bunch and steal their souls, to imbue your artifacts with a magical power. I think I'm, Zero, you've been here since literally the beginning. How you been doing? How are the dogs? How are your dogs? And I hope you had a wonderful New Year's and whatever other holidays you celebrate. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. That one's around Christmas. Probably some others that I don't remember. Yeah, I think this way is towards the center. That's what I call it. I'm going to call it the center now. I'm evolving my terminology. I can't be wrong if I call it the center. The hub. There we go. The day I've got an affiliate. Blame Blue. I will blame him. I should tell Blue he had a Happy New Year. I should say that to everyone, The spam messages, It's like in real life when you get postcards from relatives you haven't seen in a while. Telling you that they hope you had a good Christmas and a New Year. I'll do the same thing, but on Discord. Okay. So this is 00. Right? I think that's the ocean. This is the shopping, right? Yeah. Dogs are good. I am good. They both had a agility trial and money got a new title. Wow, your dogs are fancy. Getting all the upgrades. You also need to think of an item. Wow, that's really cool. I'm saying wow a lot. Who's that character that says wow all the time? Or that actor, I should say. But here's our cute little adoption agency. It's not quite done. I need to finish the roof on it. And I think we might be able to do that next stream and actually start giving the pets away. I think that'll be a nice capstone project for a stream weekend. Owen Wilson, yeah. Maybe I just need a soundboard with him saying wow. Instead of saying it a million times myself, I'll save all that energy by having him say it for me. I read somewhere that he made $22 million every time he said wow. Like if you took wows on average per movie, divided by how much money he made per movie. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. That wow cost $22 million. Imagine if I was paid $22 million every time I said cheese. There is a sound alert for that. Maybe I should add it. Maybe I should add it to the redeems. That'll be fun. It only costs 15 bits to say wow. That's cool. All right, I gotta not say wow. I gotta refrain. I gotta hold it back now. That's interesting. That's exciting. Fascinating. I'll be like Spock. Also fascinating. What's that? Fearless fact, another one. You guys are bleeding me dry on the facts. Bleeding me dry. I gotta think about the next fact. The first one was the Vatican one. It's a very good one. You have one. I might word it wrong though, so anyone who knows a little better might have to correct me. But whenever you think of a kingdom or a king or a prince, it's usually part of a family, right? Like the King of England is the son of the former Queen of England that passed away a couple years ago, right? And you go back further and further and further. Those are usually called dynasties. The family that rules a kingdom, an empire, a principality, they're all dynasties. They're families that rule over the course of many generations. The oldest continual dynasty in the world is the Japanese imperial dynasty. The emperor and the emperor's family of Japan. They're so old that normally, in most other kingdoms and empires, they have names for different dynasties because they change over time. Here's a weird one, a tangentially related one. One of the imperial dynasties of ancient Rome was the Claudians because it was named after Claudius, one of the emperors, right? All his family died out or were killed or simply didn't inherit the throne. So a new family took the title, therefore, new dynasty. It gets a little complicated because, you know, for example, England has pretty much always had a king or a queen. In that case, it's because the house changed, right? Like the father, if you go back, isn't the same father of the king of England as was the original king of England. Like, I don't know, going all the way back to 2,000 years, like King Alfred or whatever. But the imperial dynasty is an entirely unbroken line. Going back into prehistory, they don't have a name for the dynasty of the Japanese imperial throne because there's only ever been one. Which is an entirely amazing feat if you think about it. Like all the kings have been killed or not passed on their kingship or been overthrown to be replaced by some other form of governance. There they are, in the background, continuing to rule, at least in part. Because they are a spiritual ruler of Japan. You know, there's a whole religion around them. So sort of protected them a little bit from the normal wear and tear of any governance. When the government would fall, it'd be usually the fault of what today I look back on and call the shogun, which was like their second command, like their prime minister or whatever. Not quite the same equivalence, but sort of the guy in charge of the government in place of the emperor would take the fall rather than the emperor themselves, meaning that the emperorship wouldn't be preserved. There you go. That's a fun fact for you. A history fun fact. Oldest dynasty in the world is the Japanese imperial ruling family. And you know what? You'll get a bonus fun fact, a nice fun fact on the side. The throne of a kingdom usually has a name, or an empire has a name. And the throne, the ruling seat of Japan, is called the chrysanthemum throne, named after a flower. Usually, when you run an empire, it's about who sits on the throne. You know, that's the emperor or the person that holds the emperor's power. So sometimes the throne will have its own name or title or prestigious position. So, there you go. This looks like a catapult. Let's get off fun facts for a moment. This is a catapult or a trebuchet or something. Or it's a giant walking house with legs. That looks really cool. Not quite sure what that is. This looks like a lighthouse. The black stone and the quartz. Very similar to the builds that I want to make. Oh, look at that friendly fire turned on, guys. You see? Because it has a little smile on top. See you? Like that. I hope that fun fact was to your liking, Aaron. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's a wool shell. Wool, yeah, look at that. Slime. How do you call it? Candles. Lots of candles. Terracotta. What is this? Redstone? Yeah. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. I'm a little sick, so I had to shoot a copy out. Anyway, there isn't enough for a gold to pay you keys to $1 million for each keys. Why not? Think about all the things we could do with all that keys. Or I should say, think about how much cheese we could buy with the money that I used to say the word cheese. Oh, it's going even taller? Is this not the top? Wow. Look at that. We get to see a little bit of everything around here. Including that great wall over there. I don't remember this building. Not quite sure what this is. It's got mushrooms on the wall. Let's take a peek inside, huh? Nothing quite yet. I like the scope of this one, though. This is a big build. Someone's building an Amazon warehouse over here in the shopping district. And over here, we got a tower of some kind. And more mountain? What is that? That's going to be town hall? Okay, who's building town hall? Whose mega project is that? I think I remember this being here. This is a cute little dock shop. Are we building Mordor? What is that? Wickless? Well, my compliments to Wickless, because that build is going to look gorgeous once it's done. The progress looks amazing so far. I can always appreciate a large build. See, I know how hard it is to build something that's big. Is that 0-0? That's cool. This is spawn? Now this is a big build too. All this cobblestone? Guys, this is too complicated for me, okay? 0-0 spawn? It's just... There's too many words. And now one of them involve cheese, okay? There's a little bit of cheese right there, though. That's end stone. It's where you appear if you die without a spawn set. It kind of sounds like spawn, though. Looks like someone might be building a circle here. This has got to be a volcano or something, right? We got Mount Doom over here. Where's Gollum when you need him? Okay. Interesting. That is a lot of blocks. Wasn't this just water? Yes, it was just water. You could always tell when a build is just water if you go underneath it. So this whole thing was built artificially. Very few people are going to be brave enough to build this connection to the bottom of the ocean. So if you ever see a build and you're like, huh, was that water? Just go underneath. But this scope of this is huge. It is just cobblestone, so it's not exactly the hardest block to get. But that's a lot of blocks to place. That's a lot of blocks. A lot. Even if it's hollow on the inside, that's a lot of blocks. Water and lava. So you didn't place it manually. You let lava be the guide. What a fascinating way to build. I like it. Stone in the cobble added. I love the way it's coming along so far. It's huge. And the bridge looks really cool too. Like the span of that bridge. Another thing you can play with in Minecraft is render distance. And it may just be a happy coincidence, but the fact that that's right on the edge of the render distance means it's encased in fog, makes it look more mysterious, more ethereal, right? Like it's not real. Like it's not really there. And then you get closer, more of it loads in, the fog dissipates, and the scope of the build sort of comes into view. Something that I think you get to play with very rarely, but it adds a lot to a build when you get to see the render distance sort of eat it up as you walk away like that. You can see as I'm moving, it's de-rendering the very farthest blocks, and the ones we can see are enshrouded in fog. So gorgeous. I'd love to see where that goes. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, we got 20 minutes. Let's see. What can we do in 20 minutes? What do you think, Tomato? Got cheese jokes out of the way. We did some fearless facts. We mined some blackstone for our own build. Oh, there's some pale wood right there. Someone brought some over. We can do more exploring. Just see what things are going on. Give Tomato a lay of the land, you know? Show him around town. You know, I actually have a funny story about a real-life pocket pet. My mother, when she was young and working all the time, used to work at a coroner's office as a secretary. So, pretty morbid, but she's the kind of gal that it never really bothered her. But one day, when her brother was driving home from work, he saw a dog on the highway. And he got off work a little bit earlier than her, so he called her and let her know. So when she got off work, she drove over to him, and they found this cute little, what are those racing dogs? They're really skinny racing dogs. They're really tall but skinny. I forget what they're called, but it was a little puppy. Little puppy all alone on the highway. And she took it home and named him Ginger. She kept that dog for a very long time, but the dog was very scared. She was very scared for everyone. Very scared dog. So she decided she was going to take her to work. She would take this cute little dog to work every single day. But she didn't want them to know because she get yelled at, of course. Having a little pocket dog. So she took a bunch of stuff out of her purse and decided to take the dog with her everywhere she went. So whenever she was out on the town or at work, she'd be feeding it little snacks, giving it little pets, calming them down, just to make sure that dog didn't feel like they were alone. So maybe, just maybe, our little pocket pets have a little truth to them, you know? Taking our little pets, making sure they're safe, making sure they're not scared of the big scary world out there. Greyhound. Yeah, I think she was a little greyhound. He was scared of everyone. When my dad first met my mother, the dog used to go running and hiding underneath the dresser, all the way in the back corner of the room. But my dad decided to win her over by feeding her lunch meat. I wouldn't advise feeding your dog lunch meat. It could be not good for them. This was the case for poor little dog here. But he fed her and fed her and fed her, and she started to warm up to him. All right, a good way to any animal's heart is to feed them. If you ever have an animal that's scared or angry, one way to acclimatize them to you is to feed them in the same room with you. Or eventually, hopefully, hand feed them. You don't want to bite you, obviously, and you don't want to feed them when they're aggressive, but it's a way to get them to like you. But she was still a bit of a scaredy dog. You know, can't say scaredy cat. She wasn't quite a cat. But any loud noise would set her off running. And every time he would come home from work, even though she was well aware of him and we used to eat from him, she would go out run and hide. But the lunch meat you know, she started to pack on a few little pounds after eating so much lunch meat. So one day, she decided to scamper and go hide. And she dived under the dresser, but she couldn't fit. Her butt was sticking out of the dresser. My dad went over to her and grabbed her. And my mother was so upset that he was picking on her little dog because she got stuck under the dresser. But she got stuck and she couldn't move, so he had to pull her out. And he refused to tell my mother because he thought he'd be in trouble, right? You know, they were dating, they're kind of new. He didn't want her to think that he was picking on the dog. So he stopped feeding her lunch meat, but she was still a little, a little overweight. Oh, I shouldn't say overweight. She was really skinny. She did not eat. She was so scared of everyone. She did not eat. So actually, she came to be the appropriate weight for a dog of her size. Greyhounds tend to be skinny anyway, but she was vastly underweight for most of her life. So it wasn't she was fat. She just got bigger. She was eating lunch meat all the time. So she got stuck under the dresser. And then my mother was completely oblivious to this for a long time because my dad would come home when she wasn't home to feed the dog and take care of him. Because eventually, Ginger got too big to fit in the purse. And eventually, my mom caught wind of it one day when they were in the bedroom together. And the dog got scared of something hitting the floor and ran under the dresser and got stuck again. And she was kicking her legs and all stuck because she couldn't move. Completely unaware that she wasn't small enough anymore to fit under there. And my dad had to come wrestle her out. She didn't do that anymore, but my mother said no more lunch meat for the dog. And my dad was laughing and laughing and laughing. That's one of his favorite stories to tell us is about the time he got the dog stuck under the dresser by feeding her lunch meat. But eventually, because he was very kind to the dog and fed her and took care of her, she warmed up to him, He became a part of the family, and she recognized that. She would come to him and hang out with him. She didn't like many other people. Actually, she didn't like anyone else except for him and my mother. And when I came along, and I was born, she didn't like me either. Small little screaming thing? So she wanted nothing to do with me, even as I grew up. Just as scared as ever, just as skittish as ever. But whenever he would call her name, she would always come over and he'd feed her and pet her, tell her she was a good girl, because she was. So somehow I got translated this into an ASPCA style commercial so we could start selling our inventory pets, Make sure your inventory pets get a nice warm home and get well fed. But not too well fed, because you don't want them to not fit in your inventory slot anymore, Anyway, I think tomorrow, and maybe starting now, we can start working a little bit on this. I need to finish the roof on it. It's very bamboo. Very bamboo flavored. If I was a panda, I think I'd really appreciate the aesthetic of this build. Actually, the last time I was here, I remember there was a building here. Wasn't there? You know about the inventory pets mod in Java? I've heard of them, yeah. I think I've seen them too. Wouldn't that be cool if we had something like that in Bedrock? There probably is an add-on for it. Modding Bedrock is a pain. It really is. It can be done. Lots of people have said it can't be done. It can be done. Most of the time, it's through the APIs given by the developers. And that comes in the form of add-ons. Like if I go here, you see browse add-ons right there. It's glorious marketplace. I'm sure they have something like that somewhere in here. These work with the existing systems in the game. Java wasn't originally built to be moddable, changeable, modifiable by the end user, which is you and I, your viewer. So lots of those mods are sort of just built on top of the code of the game. The game has changed, obviously, since then, and the game is much more friendly to mods and modifying. So it's not quite the same as it was when the game first came out, but that's a lot of the mods worked for a long time. It's just adding more code essentially to the game. So when Bedrock got as fully fleshed as it was, it sort of built in those tools and limited other ways of changing the game. Primarily because the game plays on console and phones, and those versions of the game are more difficult to modify, I should say. On a console, you might need to jailbreak your console if you really want to mod the game. So they obviously don't want you doing that. So they don't really encourage mods in the same fashion. Like anything, if you're persistent enough, you can do it, but this isn't as easy. But just think if it was, though. Think if it was. Or think of the tools we have now at our disposal for add-ons were more sophisticated, you know? And we could do all sorts of crazy stuff. But then, to a counterpoint, would that limit the game? No. Limit people to be able to play the game if they couldn't do it on their phone or on their console? Well, that's sort of why they added the marketplace, so people can access them that way. How much Gilded Blackstone did I get? I don't know if I grabbed any Gilded Blackstone. I did get 5 gold blocks. I'm gonna have to go check my haul. I don't have it on me anymore. Did my music ever start playing? Answer is no. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Nicholas wants Gilded Blackstone? I did see some. So if Wickless wants some, I could throw it their way. Oh, I missed Mo's message on YouTube. You're missing game sounds. Is the audio on YouTube not working? No, the game sounds in general aren't working. Don't worry about fixing my audio for tomorrow's stream. It should be working, but it's not. Yeah, it is set up to work. There's an exchange shop? What's the exchange shop? Trading center. Ah, okay. 5 per 32? Yeah, I could give you some. I did see some. I don't know if I grabbed any, but you know what? I'll keep that in mind. Well, you know, like I said, I should give my Tomato Hero a tour, and I didn't even notice the place was here. Is this just a place where people will put down a chest, or I should say, put down their name on the sign with diamonds inside for the trade? Is that how it works? Sign format. Your name, ISO, the thing you want, offering the thing you don't want that others might find useful. ISO in search of. Once your search query is complete, please clear the sign to be reset. Gonna be on SlackVille forever? I can log on there. I got access. We could do the old switcheroo on there. And do you want to meet at the spawn on SC forever? Let me pick an item. Was there a box? Where's our street box? Is that today? Yeah, that is today, isn't it? You know, let's pick an item. I would do Blackstone, but I think I left that pretty far away, huh? What do I have in here? Hygiene was a pal and gave me a bunch of rockets. Unless he has Blackstone. He's looking. I don't know if he's looking for a Blackstone, but he's looking. That's something. There's Blackstone in the town hall, and you can take a piece. Are you sure about that? Oh, you're using the pale wood. Nice. Oh, that was the one block I wanted to look at in my world, but I did not. It's the one I mentioned, but the fences look great, I think. Take one piece of Blackstone. Oh, you know, a long time ago, there used to be an anvil over here somewhere. I don't see one. Give me some names, guys, while I'm floundering here, drowning in my own recklessness. Give me some names for this beautiful piece of polished Blackstone. Oh, anvil. Thank you. What would I do without hygiene? He's been the hero of today's stream. W from hygiene, it really is. I'm gonna take this over here and move it. So I'm gonna look at the other item names. I don't want to pick one that's already been chosen. Got a name. It's called the Future of SlackVille. Stay on target. That's not a bad name, but I think if this is the future stream of SlackVille, you know, and this represents the very first stream weekend of 2025, and hopefully one of many more that we'll have in the future, let's give it a good name. There you go. The future SlackVille. Someone's taking damage. Okay. This is but one of many, and hopefully many more. Hope you all had a wonderful day today. And if not, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow is only a day away. And I'll be there, watching and waiting to play some more Minecraft. But for now, it's time to pass on the torch to the next wonderful streamer in our list. Let's see if Jade is live. I'm reading it, Jade, right? I mean, Jade spoke in chat and said, I'm going to be on SV, so I'm guessing it's Jade. Just a hunch. A quinky dink, if you will.
Boo.
There's a Jade.
Hello. How you doing?
Hello. I've been sick, but I'm feeling better.
Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. So I will be on SlackVille forever. So I did go to spawn. I don't know where the last place you were at here. So
Oh, we'll see. What version is this Flex forever on?
I think it should be on the same. I think it's the same as. Well, I know it's the same as TB. Oh, I see you've joined. Oh, hey. That worked fairly well, didn't it?
I usually log off in front of my house, so it makes sense.
Ah, smart.
Yeah. My elytra's broken on here. Oh shoot.
Oh dear. That's not good.
Someone took a bite out of my elytra. It's got holes in it. My Swiss cheese.
Oh, and I don't have a ender chest on me where I could get you another one. Oh,
No, it's all good. I'll have to travel by horse next time I travel here. Not jump off a building, thinking I can fly. But are you ready for some peeps? Are you ready?
I am ready for people. Definitely.
How was your looks like July 1st. How was your January 1st? How was the new year?
New Year has been all right. There's been some ups and downs, but so far the New Year's been all right.
Up and downs?
Mm-hmm.
And turnarounds?
Yeah, touch the ground. Those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you have cheese for the new year?
Did I have cheese? We had cheese sticks. So yes, we had cheese.
Cheese sticks. There we go.
Yes. Mozzarella sticks. Yes.
But no smoked Gouda wrapped in bacon, rolled on a fire.
No smoked Gouda. No, none of that. That sounds delicious though.
It does.
None of that. Yeah. So.
Oh, you're doing dessert today? What kind of dessert? Is it going to be like a peach cobbler or?
No. Notice there's only one S. So that's desert, not dessert. I was gonna let the people decide whether I worked on the desert village or whether I go back to Hogwarts and work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna let the people decide.
So your hog has some warts on it that you need to take care of? Well, I don't know if I want to be there for that stream.
Yeah.
Sounds a little much for me, I'll stick to the cheese.
Okay, you stick to your cheese because yeah.
You can see I got my cheese tuxedo.
Yes. It's really funny how big the boots look when you don't have the armor pants on.
Wait, why are they so big?
I don't know. They look like you're walking around in buckets, actually. It's like our feet are in buckets. That's silly. Very silly.
They're like way bigger than our feet too.
Yeah. What? Why do they need to be so big? Oh. Okay. And now all the noises. Oh my. All right.